Moxley, you make my rest time. AEW Dynamite review, and this sucked, right? I mean, it always sucks. I said that like it's a shock, right? We've the semi-finals for the World Title Tournament. I mean, the best thing about AEW has been the last couple of weeks with the whole CM Punk and Ace Steel battering the Elite. That's as good as this company's got in its 3 years existence. But here we are with Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and the Human Suplex Machine, Taz. They're on the broadcast. And we have one of the semi-finals actually kicking off, which is a decent way to kick off the show. I mean, I'm not going to bury the show completely, but the match itself, in my opinion, was a bit of disaster. You had William Regal on commentary, and I'm sorry, I love you, William Regal, mate. See, back in the day as commissioner and just other stuff, you were fucking brilliant, right? But I don't know what's happened to you. He's just turned shite. Moxley's dominating the match. Out comes like Tay Conti and some other blondie. I couldn't give a fuck, man, right? One of them does a distraction, and then the other one comes in the ring, right? It's supposed to be a boot to the balls, a low blow to get Guevara the upper hand in the match. Misses. Like, and I'm not talking about, like, I'm not expecting them to fully fucking boot them in the balls, because that's just not the way it should be done, right? But I mean, she like skims his ass, and it's like, wit, and then he goes down selling it like fucking Eddie Kingston sold the fireworks display about a year and a half ago at that shite pay-per-view. Was it Full Gear? I can't even remember what it was. Moxley though gets rolled up by Guevara. 1, 2, 3. No, it wasn't 3. It was 2.5. So yeah, Moxley ends up winning this match. I mean, it was just never going to be Sammy Guevara in the final of this. Talk of this guy wanting released or whatever. I mean, it could happen. And also during this, like, whole shit where you get put it in the balls, even though it was the ass, Regal's like, well, there is a technique, Taz, you know, where you can lift your balls up and you don't get touched. It's like, what are they talking about here? Don't fucking know what they're talking about, but yeah. MJF then comes out after Moxley wins. Moxley's not in the ring or anything, but right. Basically says, it's just awful. MJF, I'm sorry, I actually used not to mind this guy, but the promo is just the same old shit. He talks about John Moxley. Oh, I read your book, John. You used to be an addict, but that takes intestinal fortitude to turn it around. Like, fuck off, right? And then he says about Moxley, you're a character. Well, I'm reality. I'm real. I'm sick of this, right? I am honestly sick of this. AEW shoot shit. Oh, you play a character. What the fuck are they doing? Can they stop doing it? It's horrendous. It's killing. You know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to take this company serious when every like promo is literally them breaking the third wall? You know, it's fucking atrocious. Like, but people will wank off to this because, oh my god, it's a bunch of gymnasts doing flips. Nah, fuck off. Honestly, don't even care what he said in the rest of the promo. It's a load of shite. Basically, he's looking forward to taking on Moxley. So to speak, because obviously MJF's got a future title shot. It comes, what do you call that jobber? Your wee midget, man. I can't even remember the guy. Harrison, is it? What's the guy's name? Stokely Hathaway, that's the guy's name. I had to look it up there. Couldn't actually remember what his name was. Basically comes out and says, I'm not a manager. I'm a friend. Okay, Stokely, you absolute jobber. I mean, he helped MJF at the casino. I mean, and then it's like, you've just all these people standing behind them, right? See, apart from Big Cass, I don't know who they are. Yeah, it's just like, Big Cass debuts, he's a big guy, right? Should be pushed to the main eventer, even though I think he's a bit of a drug addict or something. He's one of the two. And, you know, it's like, why is he being brought in just to stand there for this faction that's nothing? Like, absolute nothing, means nothing, is nothing, draws nothing, sells nothing, could do hee-haw. It's stupid, like, don't get it. To be honest, I mean, he'd probably be as well staying in TNA at this rate. Then we have Jungle Boy with an open contract match. Who answers it? Well, the Four Horsemen. Nope, it's not Ric Flair, but it's Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal. It could be worse than Jay Lethal if we're being perfectly honest here, guys. But it is what it is. Jungle Boy taps out Jay Lethal, and it's like, why is this happening? I do not know. I don't know. Then we have Hook, and is it Bam Bam Bigelow's son? He's called Bam Bam something, and I'm pretty sure it's Bam Bam Bigelow's son. They're hyping up the fact they're from New York. Oh, because see, training in New York, that's a whole different level of fucking training, man. They could literally be anywhere. There's no, where's the proof they're sitting in New York here? Like they're in this warehouse, right? And then like it shows you a picture of like the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's like, well, that doesn't mean fuck all. Like, I mean, I could be taking a shit in my house, and then I show a picture of the Brooklyn Bridge. Does that mean I'm taking a shit underneath the Brooklyn Bridge? Probably not. But people are deluded, and they'll probably end up deluded. That's what they are, man. Matt Hardy says he's gonna challenge Darby Allin's day match, and it looks like Ethan Page is gonna be taking on Down Hansen on Rampage. So yeah, those matches booked. Who cares? Powerhouse Hobbs squashes Matt. Some guy called Matt. No idea who he is. Wish it was Matt Hardy. It's no. Ricky Starks then comes out after Hobbs cuts a pish promo, and then he punches him in the face with a microphone. There was a bit of blood. Oh, there was a bit of blood. Because I live in America. We then have Swerve. Hate these bastards. Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee taking on the Lucha Bros. The AEW tag titles, guys. They're on the line. They're on the fucking line. And the Swerve team win. Keith Lee, absolutely hate the bastard. It is what it is, but we'll move on. The Acclaim come out. This was an absolute shite rap, to be honest. And of course, they claim they've got a tag title match next week. So you've two tag title matches back to back. Do we care? No, we do not care. Then some guy backstage is trying to interview Death Triangle. Then Pac's like, no, you don't get to interview Death Triangle. Then he gets absolutely knocked out, and it's revealed who is it? It's Orange Cassidy with a bit of Orange Punch. Orange Punch, do you get it? No, I don't get it. And then he says, Pac, you won't be double champion for long. Don't know why I did a Keith Lee impression there for Orange Cassidy, but the gist of the story is they're all boring bastards. Then we have Tony Storm and FIFA taking on Serena Deeb and Britt Baker. Tony Storm's like, how good can you really be if you're a dentist at the weekends? Fuck off, right? I mean, literally Chris Benoit's rotten corpse could have delivered this line better, man. Absolutely atrocious. I don't care. Some jobber comes out. Hater comes out. And then Baker turns around. I said I was sorry. Who cares? Who honestly cares? Deeb pinned Tony Storm, so Tony Storm gets pinned here. And it's just fucking garbage. The AEW Women's Division is like the worst thing you'll ever fucking see in your life, right? It is what it is. If anyone's got a problem with it, you can fight me on it. But anyway, guys, it is now time for your main event of the evening. We have Jericho, the Wizard Chris Jericho versus so is he not Lionheart anymore? He's just Chris Jericho. So yeah, Jericho versus Bryan. Despite the fact we had this match at the pay-per-view, and I believe Jericho won. We have it again. You know what? This is an alright match. It's Jericho and Daniel Bryan. It's never going to be that bad. You know what? Bryan against Jericho in the main event. That's a pretty good main event. I've buried this entire show, but for that to be your main event, it's not too bad. Daniel Bryan though wins. I didn't really find a fan. Wasn't really a fan of William Regal on commentary again. It is what it is, but this was a pretty decent match. I'm not going to bury it too hard because it's Jericho and Daniel Bryan. Out comes Moxley, and then these two are staring each other down. And then Regal's like, well, at least one of my boys is going to be world champion. Who's going to be world champion next week? So yeah, you have a world championship match. Daniel Bryan versus Moxley. Probably one of them's going to turn heel, I would suppose. Moxley, to be honest, we just saw Bryan as I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. Moxley and Bryan are both a bit shite, but they came out and shook hands as Dynamite went off the air. So yeah, that is it for your Dynamite review. If I'm going to rate this show out of 10, the MJF stuff, the women's stuff is awful. I mean, you've two match semi-finals here that weren't particularly awful. I mean, the opener wasn't good, but the main event was alright. And then, yeah, it was a pretty lackluster show, and MJF's promo was absolutely atrocious. So if I'm rating this out of 10, I'll probably give it like a 2 or something. It wasn't that good, guys. Just wasn't much to say about it. Dynamite's been getting minuses, so you know what? Maybe me giving it a 2 is actually no too bad. No too bad. I'll see myself out. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below. And what is next in our reviewing sketch. It'll be SmackDown and Rampage, but of course we're obviously reviewing the original brand split. We'll have a top 5 moments for Raw, then we'll have the SmackDown before King of the Ring 2002. So make sure you check all that stuff out. But until next time, guys, that'll be it for Fog Wrestling. And like, comment, subscribe, leave your thoughts down below. And till next time, woo, peace.